Set to go. Today's starting pitcher, Yu Darvish.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Okay, all set to go. And now, Lawrence Butler. In there at the knees. And we're underway from San Diego.
0-1.
Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Machado sizing this one up. And a quick out, number 1. And time now to check out the A's lineup.
The designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And that one pulled foul.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
1 out, base is empty. Just misses. Ball. Now 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Next offering way off the plate.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone.
Well, even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches and he battled. Plus, he gave the guys behind him an opportunity to see more from the pitcher. Not the result he wanted, but that's still a good at-bat.
This is J.J. Bleday. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives. What a play.
Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout for sure. Time to go swing it.
Back here at Petco Park. And today's starter, Luis Severino. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Base knock center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. And another ball.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark. For those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues, them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take your base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
The center fielder.
First and second, no outs. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. In there for strike 1. Arise on second. Tatis at first with no outs. And it's even up. I've gotten to call some incredible NLDS games here at Petco Park between the Padres and their fierce rivals, the LA Dodgers. NLDS Game 4 here in 22 when the Padres knocked off LA, and then Game 4 in 2024 when the Dodgers started their comeback and eventual run to the World Series. One of the great fan environments in baseball. That one's in there. And now 2-2.
2-2.
Got him! And that is a big first out.
Batting fourth. The
And
third
now it's
baseman,
Manny Machado.
Manny Machado.
Right through there for a strike.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Runners at first and second with one gone. And Manny gets a piece. In the air, right side. And it's just foul. And the next pitch is way outside.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And it's filled up. Jake Cronenworth in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Two on, one out. Laser, base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single on the board first. It's 1-0.
Man, that was a pretty good battle to play, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
2 on, 1 out. Cronenworth, the next to hit. That's a little bit low.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Severino kicks deals. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. Inside. 2-1. First and third, one down. Next offering is fouled back. swing and a pop-up. Soderstrom puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Batting 6th, the shortstop, Xander.
As we take a look at the Padres lineup, this is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Corners are occupied with 2 down. That misses the zone,
that's the ball.
and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Just misses the mark outside the zone. In the air to left center, Lede under this one. And that will end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Back here in San Diego, all set for the start of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to him. Shea Langoliers. Darvish back to work. Langoliers measures 6 feet even, 27 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2019. That catches the zone for a strike, and now it's even 1-1. Freddie Ferguson doing the umpiring duties behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Freddie's a well-respected umpire, Boog. Maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire. He does like to pitch down just below the knees or right about there, but most hitters are pretty good at covering that spot these days.
Cronenworth whips it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 2nd.
Batting 5th, the first baseman, number 21, Tyler Soderstrom.
Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone.
0-1.
That's inside, and the count is 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
That one just misses, and the count's even at 2.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Outside, and that is ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Stepping in, Zach Geloff. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
Soderstrom, the base runner at first with 1 out. Next offering is in for a strike. And a curve misses outside.
Ball.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
That one 95 to finish him off. Blew him away with a fastball after starting the at-bat with a bunch of breaking balls singing.
Yeah, that was a nice setup, Boog. Didn't offer him anything straight to look at on the first 3 pitches, so when they ran that fastball up there, clearly his timing wasn't there, and I doubt that's what he was looking to protect against with 2 strikes.
So here's Brown at the plate. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Fouled off. He was late. Tying run is at first here at the top of the 2nd. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at 2nd. 2 on now with 2 away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Here's Luis Urias. Outside. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Left field. Hayward on the move. He's got it. And that's the 3rd out. A's strand a couple. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 2nd. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Jason Hayward.
Hayward.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, he left that changeup up, got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Oh, it's a real nice
No
cutter
ball,
right
2
there. I
strikes.
mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
And takes low for ball 1.
1-2.
That one missed.
2-2.
And it remains 2-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting 8.
And
the
now it's
designated hitter,
Tirso Ornelas.
Tirso Ornelas.
That's too low.
No, that's
and
down.
that's ball 1.
Ball.
Inside,
Nope, ball.
just missed. He swings and fouls one off. And he deals. Hit in the air, left field. Brown on the move to the gap. 2 away.
Batting 9. The catcher, Elias Diaz.
2 down, base is empty. Elias Diaz, the next up for the Padres. That's in there. Strike one. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a foul out of play. Severino checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And no swing, says Joe McDonald. Next pitch downstairs. 2-2. Ground ball right side. Slings to first. Out number 3. So they make short work of him there. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Padres 1 and the A's nothing. And we're back. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Jacob Wilson. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
1-0.
The shortstop takes the ball. That one's in there. 2-1 now. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Arise, puts it away, 1 away.
The right fielder, number 4, Lawrence Butler.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. 0 for 1 as he popped out foul to third his first time up. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark. Swing and a foul straight back. Darvish kicks, delivers. That missed by a lot. And it's 1-2. Next offering misses down and away. Smoked on the ground a second. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
And next is the designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Struck out swinging his first time. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Nabs it, and that is that. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They still trail 1-0. Set for the bottom of the third. And here's the first baseman, Luis Arias. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. A little bit high, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
There's a strike. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely, if he's doing damage. Now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But, yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence,
Now
100%.
the right fielder, Fernando Tatis.
So with one down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. He reached out a walk his first time.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Off the mark there. The count now 2-2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Tap softly third base side. A swinging bunt. Urias to first in time. And they take care of Tatis for the out.
The center fielder, number 3, Jackson.
Jackson Merrill at the dish now. If you look at his early accomplishments, most start by calling him the youngest player ever to do something.
Yeah, do you have an example?
Of course I do. Jackson Merrill is the youngest player all time with a multi-homer game, including a walk-off home run.
Now, that's a good night at the yard.
That misses the zone, and the count even 1-1.
1-1.
Base knock right field. And that gives Manny Machado a chance to hit with 2 out.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny.
Now Machado up here. Single that drove in a run his first time through. Severino throws to first. Merrill back in on a dive. First pitch just misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
There's a swing and a miss.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And foul as it bangs off the fence. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And it's out of here. And they add to the lead. It's 3-0. And Siggy, he may not own him, but he's taken out a lease with an option to buy.
Yes, Boog, and he's got great credit, so every time he comes to the dish, you know he's going to get the deal done. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
So 2 away with nobody on. Now here's Jake Cronenworth. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That one's back. And it hits the fence. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing, and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. That one hit the knees for a strike. Two outs and one in scoring position. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Strike 3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. 2 across on this San Diego homer. It's now 3-0. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Petco Park, out of the fourth, and now the center fielder, J.J. Bleday.
You know, the first manager to ever win a game here at Petco Park was Tony Gwynn. Yes, Tony Gwynn. They had a college baseball tournament here in March 2004, and Tony managed San Diego State to a win. I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Hit on the ground to short. Bogaerts. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Now batting, the catcher, Shea Langoliers.
Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Known for his rocket arm behind the plate. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Base hit center field.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
So a man at first. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. And that is out of play. And that one missing low.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Darvish delivers. In the air, left field, down the line. Fair ball. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a blue hit behind third right there. And that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to. And the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Zach Geloff up next for the A's. Struck out swinging his first time.
1-0.
This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. Langoliers, the runner at third. Soderstrom over at second with one down. Pitch misses there. 2-0.
Well, he looks more focused
2-0.
at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Ball.
In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Next offering is in for a strike.
I know his slider's a great pitch, but when you've got really good velocity, sometimes you just got to challenge the hitter with that four-seamer.
Two on, one out. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And that'll load the bases.
He knew he had a little wiggle room with the open base, but now that disappears.
The
Mistake to this next batter, and this inning might really break open.
So they're all loaded up. Here's the left fielder, Seth Brown. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
That one misses. 1-1.
1-1.
One out, bases full. And a count 1-2. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That misses. Ball 2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Got him looking. That K is his third of the game. Luis Urias digs in now. Fly to left his first time. And downstairs. That's to third. Base hit. One run is in. It's in and out of his glove. The run comes in from second. They trail by 1. It's 3-2.
Well, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
First and second, 2 outs. Wilson will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-1.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. 2 aboard, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. And they get out of the jam. Well done to finish off the strikeout and end the inning. They put 2 on the board on 3 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Padres 3 and the A's 2. Back here in San Diego, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Jason Hayward. And that one lifted in the air center field. Lede sizes this one up, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Up next for the Padres, the designated
So here's
hitter,
the Padres
Tirso
DH, Tirso Ornelas. Fly to left his first time. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. And a strike on the outside edge. And it stays fair.
The catcher, number 17.
So a man aboard. Here's Elias Diaz. Grounded out his first time up. Ball 1, no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
Just missed. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Runner on the move. Cut on and miss. Throw to second, and he's out.
Well, I think that was a hit and run right there. When you look at how far that pitch was out of the zone and the hitter still trying to put wood on it, put it in play, that tells you that they had something going. But unfortunately, it was a good job of execution by the pitcher and the catcher to get that out of the zone and then throw out the runner at second base. Really nice job behind the dish.
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one the other way, and that's a fair ball.
He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Luis Ariz stands in. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Ground ball to the right side. And that's a foul ball. Diaz off of first with 2 away. And that just misses. The A's bullpen has some movement. Michel Otonez preparing to come on if needed. McFarland also throwing. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. 1 left for San Diego, but they still lead at 3-2. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Darvish back to work. And that one fouled off. Butler goes 6 feet 3 inches, 24 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2018. Next offered in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. On the outside corner, got him looking.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter and somehow just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. 0 for 2 in this one. There's a strike. That's outside. And that's ball 1. The Athletics down by a run, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through that.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And that's outside. 2-2.
2-2.
Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The center fielder, number 33.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So digging in, J.J. Bleday. First pitch misses.
1-0.
Man at first, 1 away.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The other way, calls it in, 2 away.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. 1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Two outs. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of his zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. So 1 hit is all they get. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Padres 3 and the A's 2.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now to
A's.
start the bottom of the 5th and taking
Number
over on the
47,
mound, Michel Otañez.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some
Leading
work
up
ahead
for
of
the
them.
Padres,
Best case
the
scenario
right
might
fielder,
be if he can come in here and get
Good
several
hit.
quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
And a foul ball.
You know, these Padres, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Tosses to first, and they take care of Tatis for the out.
The center fielder, number 3, Jackson
Merrill, the next up for the Padres. Swing and a ball lifted left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Manny
2 outs, base is
Machado.
empty. Manny Machado now at the plate. He's already homered here in this one. That one's in there, 0-1. And that one is inside, ball 1.
That's a good miss off
1-1.
the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy can do some real damage.
2-1.
And a strike in there. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 4-2. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Two outs, nobody on. Jake Cronenworth, the next up for the Padres. Just off the outside edge. Ball 1. Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number 5. And another ball. Otanez. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Late swing, foul to the left. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him.
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the 3rd out, and we'll end the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 4-2. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Yuki Matsui.
Still a
Now
lot of game
pitching for the
left, and this
Padres,
game could go either way. So
number 1,
this is a big opportunity for him to
Yuki
get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
So
Leading
digging
off for
in,
the Athletics,
Tyler
the first
Soderstrom.
baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
Foul ball there. And a foul ball. Just missing there. And the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen for San Diego. Jason Adam appears to be getting loose. Estrada getting loose as well. Rips that one center field. Merrill brings it in. One down. Zach Geloff getting ready to hit. He is struck out and he is walked. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Strike one.
Well, interesting strategy there. He must have seen something after that first pitch. Didn't attempt to bunt, but here on the second one he does.
On the ground to first. Gets to it with a slide. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
So 2 down now, and here is Seth Brown. Cut on and lifted in the air. Hayward has this one sized up, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 6, 7, 8 due in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Padres 4 and the A's 2. Bottom of the inning, stepping in for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts.
Xander Bogaerts.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Swings through that one out in front that time.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. And there's one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming
The
open
left
instead of
fielder,
staying
number
closed.
22,
If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Hayward, the next to hit, takes ball 1. In there at the knees, and a count 1-1. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Oh, really went aggressive in
Now
with that
batting,
slider.
the designated
Good
hitter,
2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario,
Ornelas.
it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Ornelas now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. That's way outside. And 1-1. Late with the swing there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Lede under it. And makes the grab. And that'll do it.
Now pitching for
a new arm into the game, the righty, Jason
40.
Adam. He has a great
Jason
slider with tons
Adam.
of movement. Now the third
Leading off
baseman,
for the
Luis
Athletics, the third
Urias.
baseman, Luis Urias.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Tatis makes the grab, one down.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Jacob.
Now it's the
Wilson.
shortstop, Jacob Wilson. In there at the knees, 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
One down, base is empty. And there's a foul ball. Rolled over to third. Machado sends it across to first, and that's an out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Lawrence Butler. 0 for 3 in this one. That one's in there, and that is strike one.
It's 0-1.
And that's a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Two down, nobody on. He goes down looking. Nothing doing there for the A's. They trail it here 4-2.
Now pitching for the
We're back
A's.
in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the
Number
7th.
67.
Grant Holman.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now it's Elias
Leading off
Diaz.
for the Padres, the catcher, Elias Diaz.
Top of the zone for a called strike. This one in the air. Wilson makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
That was a good pitch to
The
hit
first
right down the heart
baseman,
of the
number
plate.
4,
Had pretty good
Luis.
timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Next to hit, Luis Arias. 1 for 3. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
0-1.
Foul ball. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. That's off the
That's
inside
inside. That's a
corner.
ball.
And the count 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And the Padres have a man aboard with one out.
Now batting, right
So
fielder,
man aboard, one
Tatis.
down, and it's Tatis at the plate.
Junior.
That's inside. Fought off foul. The 1-1 is fouled off. Arise leads off first with one away. That's down and in.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And there's 2 away.
The center fielder, number 3, Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill digs in now. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
0-1.
Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
Two outs.
Ball, that's high. Ball, that's
Little
up.
trouble with this one behind the plate. Tag safe
Too
at
late.
second.
He's in there.
And I think that'll be scored a pass ball.
This is something that'll happen to him from time to time behind the dish. The defense is a part of his game he's trying to improve, but right there just couldn't squeeze it, and it cost him.
Ground ball up the middle. Geloff. Over to first. Inning over. Padres leave one, but they still lead this one 4-2. And we're back, ready to begin the 8th. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Adam, 33 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. Adam back to work. Hit on the ground to the right side. Arise steps on the bag, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. Late on that fastball.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
0-2.
Goes down looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Langoliers in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
2 down, nobody on. Fastball for a strike. The next offering misses. And the count 1-2.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
That's a ball.
That's off the mark. And the count is even 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That was the emergency hack right there.
Two outs. That one missing inside.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The A's go quietly. A's go quickly and quietly there. Still down by a count of 4-2.
Now pitching for the
So
Athletics.
a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, T.J. McFarland.
T.J. McFarland.
Here's Manny Machado to start it off. 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a single.
Machado.
And first offering is fouled off. That one lifted to left. Brown on his way over. And a quick out, number 1.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Cronenworth batting with one down, takes a strike. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Tyler Ferguson getting ready to go. That one inside, and it's 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
1-2.
Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Rips one to left. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Here's Bogarts now.
Yeah.
In the dirt.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Cronenworth, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3, double play. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Through 8 full, it's the Padres 4 and the A's 2.
Now pitching for
Back
the Padres.
now, and on the mound, the closer, Robert Suarez.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Digging in,
Leading
Tyler
off for the A's,
Soderstrom.
The first baseman, number 21, Tyler Soderstrom.
That's in there. It's 0-1. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, I definitely say that's a statement strikeout right there. You come out of the bullpen, go right after the hitters, and 3 pitches later, you got 1 out. Tell you what, if you're in the dugout, you're looking at each other and saying, he's going to be tough to get to today.
Towards first. He takes it on his own. And a couple of quick outs.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
The Athletics down to their last out. Next up for the A's, Seth Brown. That one in triple digits.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Right through there for a strike. This could end it. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that'll do it.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.